A brief history of the Amazons, woman warriors in myth and history. Excuse me. All right. All right. Lynn Webster Wild, that's the author. She is a filmmaker and writer who has made a special study of myth. She has a degree in English from Cambridge University and has written 5 books, both fiction and nonfiction. She now lives in Wales and is planning a feature film. All right, we got 8 different chapters. We got Who Were the Amazons, Essence of Amazon, The Secret of the Steps or Steeps, Artemis, Bright and Dark, The Medusa Face of the Goddess, The Hitty Sphinx, The Source, The Ghost Dancers, and The Last Amazons. Ooh. We got maps too. Let's go look at we got a time chart. We got a time chart and we got maps. Let's check those out first. So here's the time chart. You can pause it, but I can't read it like that. So we got Crete and Greece, the Amazons, the Steeps, the Anatolia, and then Mesopotamia. So the Amazons in myths, we got back in the Neolithic age. This is going way far. Yeah, way far. We got in Anatolia and Mesopotamia, this is 6,800 to 5,700 BC. Katao Huyak, the lady with leopards. Bringing us from the Neolithic age into the Bronze Age, bringing us more into the steppes or the steeps, and even a little bit of Mesopotamia. With 3,500 BC to 2,650 BC, we have the Kukuteni idols made near Kiev, so Ukraine. And then in Mesopotamia area, we have the Ayanawana worshipped in Sumeria and Akkad. Okay. So bringing us into the Bronze Age, more into 2000 BC is when we start seeing the Amazons, time of African Amazons. Bringing us also in Mesopotamia is the Ishtar worshipped at Babylon. Now bringing us to the 1600 BCs down to the 1250 to 1200 BCs. This is the snake goddess, Cretan civilization peaks, the heroic civilization peaks, the heroic age, the time of Hercules and the Trojan War. This is the Crete and Greece. In the Amazons, we got the time of the Amazons. Amazons attack Athens. Okay. Penthesilea dies at Troy. Then in the steeps in Anatolia region, we got the nomads, Rome steeps. The earliest women was 1200 BC. In more the Mesopotamia, Anatolia area, we have the Assyrian trade routes to Zalpa, the Hittite Empire, and the Hittite Empire falls in between the 1900 BC and this is a lot, man. I'm sorry, man. This is too much, man. I'd rather look at the maps. Boom. There you go. So we're looking at the Amazon warriors and I thought they were more talking to the Amazon warriors down in the Amazon, but no, not at all. These are the Amazon lands. So these were like the Spartans in Athens. And then here we go, map 3, the Black Sea, Ukraine, and northern Turkey. And the Hittite map, right? It's pretty, I mean, it's interesting. I was always wrong. I thought whenever they always said the Amazons, I always thought like the Amazon forest, they were running through the jungle. But I guess I was wrong. Who were the Amazons? Yeah, let's go number 1. Who were they? I came across the Amazons for the first time while producing a comedy program for BBC called Revolting Women. Every week we had a serial, Bog Women, about the matriarchal tribe who lived without men in the bogs outside Manchester. The inspiration for this harmonious tribe, the writer explained, was a mythical race of Amazons, who I soon found out were far from the peace-loving characters in our serial. They were violent resistors of masculine rule. They fought ruthlessly, they killed or mutilated their male offspring, and they had promiscuous, anonymous sex in order to get pregnant. They were as beautiful as they were cruel. This was the beginning of my fascination with the Amazons. I quickly discovered that they had little to do with the river Amazon in South America. Well, look at that. We both figured that out. But belonged to the fringe of the classical Greek world, to Western Asia and the steppes around the Black Sea. The true Amazons fought in the pages of Homer and Herodotus in the Bronze and Iron Ages, whilst the South American connection comes from much later travelers' tales of armed bands of women who were called Amazons after their Greek forebears. But who the Amazons really were, once you got beyond the references in myth, history, and legend, was where the real mystery began for me. I read what I could about them and eventually became possessed by a desire to discover if they really had existed or not. This was not easy. I was unwittingly stepping into a labyrinth that would not spew me out until I had followed the clues it offered right to the bitter end. This quest has taken me through the dustiest depths of libraries, into the brilliant but cluttered minds of academics, through the realms of feminism, both inspirational and ideological, into the world of sorcery, psychologists, and magicians, and finally into the deepest recesses of my own sense of gender identity. I have found out astonishing things, not just about the Amazons, but also about how the human mind works, how it jumps to conclusions and often sees only what it wants to see, not what it really is. If that is, there is indeed anything that really is. I have also had to struggle with my own tendency to be carried away by the broad, dazzling sweep of things and ignore the telling detail. For in this story, the detail is very important. The idea of the Amazons, of ruthless women warriors who live apart from men, excites people at a deep level. It brings out the sex warrior in some women. They would like to do violent things to the men they feel have hurt and abused them. It acts as a erotic goad to many men. They love the thought of being dominated by a beautiful, springy-limbed maiden, or subduing her after a fair fight. Others of both sexes feel very disturbed by the idea of women engaging in battle, rejecting their natural tendencies in favor of ruthless and mastery. Feminists have a sense of ownership about the Amazons and want to idolize them, though that is difficult. Jungians find their female violence a disturbing aberration in the ordered world of archetypes. Okay. Yeah, it sounds extremely interesting. Like Xena, the warrior princess. I might actually have to read more of this. I am interested, right? We're just ran out of time. I should have started reading first instead of looking at the maps and things. That's my fault. I apologize.